Today it was announced that Bill Shorten, the federal politician, was cleared of an allegation that he raped a 16-year-old girl in 1986. Well, it actually didn't say that he was cleared, it just said that the police in Victoria were not pursuing charges. That's a very big difference. The allegation goes that in 1986, Mr Shorten raped a 16-year-old girl who now would be about 44. And I have a message for the victim, the woman victim, and that message is, I actually believe you. And the reason why I believe you is that it actually happens a lot in Australia, political and government men raping women and children. I filed a High Court Writ, 42 pages in the High Court. That writ comes with supporting documentation of about 97 pages and 2 submissions that were filed in the WA Supreme Court. And I went through about 10 cases in Australia of government men had raped women or children, mostly police officers, policemen. Also, one case I highlighted was a West Australian Supreme Court judge who released the worst rapist in Western Australia into the community under supervision. But it's proved to me that political and government men, particularly politicians, judges, magistrates and the police, when there's rape and pedophilia against women and children, they take very little action. They even cover it up. A lot of government men cover it up. My view is that the male gender is not morally fit to be politicians anymore or police officers, and that's going back based on my analysis. If we look at the last 2,000 years, since the time of Jesus Christ, political and government men pretty much have destroyed the rights and lives of women all over the world, not just in Australia. So my message to the victim is that you must be feeling pretty low at the moment, and don't lose heart, because there are people in Australia, and I'm sure throughout the world, who believe you when you say that you were raped by this man. And I also want to comfort you in the sense that, well, first of all, I'll just put this behind me here. First of all, the judgment about the matter in 1986 has already been made, in a sense that the God of the Bible, the God of the Bible, Jesus Christ of the New Testament, will judge all humans for everything they do in life. And despite what the public thinks, Jesus has already seen that act, what happened on that day where the rape allegedly took place, and when, and the time. And so the judgment has already been made. God knows what happened already. Jesus Christ of the New Testament already knows what happened. And what I would like to say to the victim woman is that I would welcome you to contact me, to telephone me. My phone number is 0400 409 771, and I'll put it on a link in the description of the video. To telephone me and have a conversation with me. I would love to have a conversation with you, the woman victim who's making the allegation, and to meet with you as well. And from my perspective, if the woman was raped, the victim, if she can place her hand on this Bible and place her hand on the Bible and say that under oath that she swears by Almighty God and of heaven and earth and Jesus Christ of the New Testament that she would tell the truth, and that indeed the rapist had raped her on that particular day and time and place, etc. And also write a short affidavit in the correct legal format, a 2-page affidavit which can be sworn in any court that she, of her allegation, in a legally constructed manner. Then if she signed an affidavit stating that she was raped on that time by the man, and swear on the Holy Bible that she was raped, then I would definitely believe her and support her pursue prosecution. In any event, I've got a message for the victim. I've got a message for the victim and the alleged rapist, and that's from the Bible. So we go to Matthew chapter 18, verse 5 and 6. And this is to do with all rapists and pedophiles and murderers in this world. So Matthew chapter 18, verse 5 and 6. As I said, the judgment of this has already happened. It occurred in 1986. And God and Jesus has seen exactly what happened. He's already seen what happened. So if he did rape her, he's not going to get away with it. Pretty much, this is what the judgment against the rapist will happen. Matthew chapter 18, verse 5 to 6. And whoever welcomes a little child like this in my name welcomes me. But if anyone causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him to have a large millstone hung around his neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea. Then we have Mark chapter 9, verse 32. Mark chapter 9, verse 32. I believe this applies to all murderers, rapists and pedophiles in this world. And the judgment has already happened, it's already occurred against them. And particularly when political and government men rape women and children, pedophile women and children, it's a very serious sin. It's such an evil, violent, satanic act against women and children. Killing women and children, rape of women and children, pedophilia of women and children, and also forced sexual slavery and servitude. And there's a whole list of, I did a women's rights video, which I went through a whole list of evil, violent, satanic crimes against women and children in this world, which are already judged and condemned. So chapter 9, verse 42. Mark chapter 9, verse 42. And if anyone causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him to be thrown into the sea with a large millstone tied around his neck. And Luke chapter 17, verse 1 to 3. These are Jesus' words. Luke chapter 17, verse 1 to 3. Jesus said to his disciples, "Things that cause people to sin are bound to come, but woe to that person through whom they come. It would be better for him to be thrown into the sea with a millstone tied around his neck than for him to cause one of these little ones to sin. So watch yourselves." So those teachings by Jesus prove to me that murderers, rapists and pedophiles in this world deserve the death penalty. I also refer to Matthew chapter 12, verse 38. Matthew chapter 12, verse 38 to 42. Some of the Pharisees and teachers of the law said to him, to Jesus, "Teacher, we want to see a miraculous sign from you." He answered, "A wicked and adulterous generation asks for a miraculous sign, but none will be given except the sign of the prophet Jonah. For as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of a huge fish, so the Son of Man will be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. The men of Nineveh will stand up at the judgment with this generation and condemn it, for they repented at the preaching of Jonah. And now one greater than Jonah is here. The queen of the south will rise in the judgment with this generation and condemn it, for she came from the ends of the earth to listen to Solomon's wisdom, and now one greater than Solomon is here." So my message is for the victim, and God and Jesus already saw what happened to you, if it happened to you, and I think that it happens a lot in Australia, it happens a lot throughout the whole world. That's why women must contest political elections and vote for women candidates, and really only women should be politicians now in the modern world. And they should, particularly Christian women, because I think the male gender's pretty much failed all over the world. If they're going to dominate the world's parliaments and judiciaries, then they will take the guilt and the blame for all the evil, violent, satanic crimes against women and children, particularly their sexual crimes, but also other violent crimes which are perpetuated. So to the victim, encourage you, if you watch this video or someone you know watches this video, to encourage you to give me a call, and my phone number will be in the description, and I'd love to have a chat with you and meet with you personally, because if it happened, it's an abhorrent crime, and for to be done, it's a political weapon that's been used against you. If it's been done, it's political government men do it to women and children to destroy their political power and their rights and their lives, and it's very evil and it's very satanic what's happened, if it has happened to you. So it's a way that men destroy women's rights and lives and destroy their political, economic and social power as well. And for the last 2,000 years, it's already condemned. It's already, Jesus has seen everything. So the judgment is already over. It's already done, and pretty much it's going to burn in hell. Well, they'll burn in hell when they do it, and unless the victim forgives. And the judgment has already been made, as the teachings Jesus gave about sinning against children and women, I believe, that murderers, rapists and pedophiles, the best thing they can do is tie a rock around their neck and drown themselves in the deep sea. It doesn't matter who it is that's done it. And the fact it's allegedly done by a government man, political government man, it's abhorrent, it's so horrific. So I would love to meet with you one day and have a chat, and I'm really sorry about what's happened, and I really feel for you and the other women that have been raped by government men, political and government men. And the fact that you were 16 years of age, well, that's horrific. You're still a child. In fact, all the political men in Australia are pedophiles, because they have created the age of consent in Australia to be 16 years of age, and 16 is still a child. A person is not an adult until 18, and a person before the adult age was 21, and then it was lowered to 18, and now they made the age of consent in Australia 16. So that's pedophilia. So all political men in Australia are pedophiles. If you look throughout the world, there are countries where the age of consent is 13 years of age, like in South American countries, and in Belgium they wanted to make the age of consent 13. That's pedophilia. In Islamic nations they have widespread indoctrinated pedophilia. It's so horrific that these political men will burn in hell for their sexual crimes against women and children. Hopefully I'll meet you one day, to the victim, the woman, and speak with you and meet with you and talk with you, and to take comfort and heart that there are people out there who believe you, and that not to give up and to continue to fight for justice. Thank you.